In 2008, the entire world economy collapsed. Millions of people lost their homes, their savings, their futures. But a handful of billionaires didn't just survive, they doubled their wealth within 5 years. What do they know that the rest of us don't? Meet two characters. Marcus is a talented software engineer earning a great salary. He's smart, hardworking, and plays by the rules. Then there's Vera. She dropped out of college, started 3 failed businesses, and was nearly bankrupt at 29. 10 years later, Vera is worth $400 million. Marcus is still waiting for his next promotion. The difference between them isn't talent, it isn't luck. It's a psychological operating system that billionaires install in their brains, and most people never even know it exists. The first principle is called asymmetric risk. Most people treat risk like a coin flip. Heads you win, tails you lose, so they avoid it entirely. They stay in safe jobs, safe investments, safe lives. But billionaires don't see risk that way at all. They engineer situations where the downside is small, but the upside is enormous. When Vera launched her 4th startup, she didn't bet her life savings. She invested just enough to test the idea for 90 days. If it failed, she'd lose 3 months and a few $1,000s. If it worked, it could generate millions. That's not gambling, that's calculated asymmetry. And research from behavioral economists like Daniel Kahneman proves that most humans are terrible at this. We feel losses twice as intensely as gains, a phenomenon called loss aversion. Billionaires have trained themselves to override this instinct. The second principle cuts even deeper. It's called identity-level belief. Psychologist Carol Dweck spent decades studying why some people crumble after failure while others accelerate. She found that it comes down to one thing: how you define yourself. Most people tie their identity to outcomes. If the business fails, they think, I am a failure. But billionaires tie their identity to the process. If the business fails, they think, I am someone who builds things. And this attempt taught me what the next one needs. This isn't positive thinking fluff. Brain imaging studies show that people with growth mindsets literally activate different neural pathways when processing setbacks. Their prefrontal cortex lights up, the problem-solving region, while fixed mindset individuals show activation in the amygdala, the fear center. Vera failed 3 times. Each failure rewired her brain to handle the next challenge with less fear and more clarity. Marcus, meanwhile, avoided failure so successfully that he never built those neural pathways at all. Now here's the third principle, and it's the one nobody talks about. It's called environmental engineering. You've probably heard the saying that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But billionaires take this further than anyone realizes. They don't just choose their friends carefully. They design every input that reaches their brain. Their morning routines, their information diet, their physical spaces, all curated to reinforce the identity and risk tolerance we just talked about. A Stanford study found that your environment predicts your behavior more accurately than your personality does. That's a staggering finding. It means willpower is almost irrelevant compared to design. Vera surrounded herself with founders who normalized failure. Marcus surrounded himself with coworkers who normalized comfort. Neither of them made a conscious choice, but the environment made the choice for them. So here's what this means for you. You don't need $1 billion to think like a billionaire. You need 3 shifts. First, start engineering asymmetric bets. Small experiments where failure costs little, but success changes everything. Second, detach your identity from outcomes and attach it to the process of building and learning. Third, audit your environment ruthlessly. What are you reading, watching, and who are you spending time with? Because those inputs are building your psychological operating system, whether you realize it or not. Vera didn't become wealthy because the universe chose her. She became wealthy because she installed a different mental architecture. One risk at a time, one failure at a time, one environment at a time. If Vera's story made you rethink how you approach risk and failure, you'll want to see what we break down next. The one mental trap that keeps 95% of smart people stuck forever. Subscribe so you don't miss it.